Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on Bitcoin. We will take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 4-hour in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 4 hours. So while this here may look like several weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past several days broken down into 4-hour time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis about 24 hours ago, and as a reminder, cryptocurrencies are open 24/7. So yeah, if you're watching this video 15 hours, 20 hours from now, the chart will look different, but that's why I like to use the longer time frames, because it allows me to talk about broad levels, and by talking about those broad levels, I can keep this video relevant for as long as possible. So over the past 24 hours, not a whole lot has happened. I mean, that's not the right way to say that. Things have happened, but nothing that I would consider, vastly significant. Sure, you could say, well, look at that. The price pulled back quite a bit. Well, and that's a matter of perspective, though. Meaning, if I could see you thinking that's a big pullback if you're a day trader and you bought, right there and you wanted to sell within 25 minutes after buying, then yeah, that from a day trading perspective, that's a pretty big pullback. But from the big grand scheme of things viewpoint, yeah, that pullback is kind of just a blip on the radar right now. And the main reason for that has everything to do with that pink line right there, which I've talked about in past videos, the 200 period simple moving average. And as I alluded to in yesterday's video, I'm going to bring that up. The very first question you should ask yourself, because again, the chart will continue to change. So if you're watching this video 17 hours from now, ask yourself, well, where does the price stand relative to that pink line? Again, the 200 period moving average. As long as you're saying, hey, the price is still up above that pink line, then everything is still perfectly fine. I mean, it's not like the price has to be exploding upwards every single day. I get it. That is exciting. But by no means is that a requirement in order for the chart, to still be bullish or anything like that. Right now, a big move has, very clearly happened. So at this point, in my opinion at least, it's all about just digesting the move, consolidating nicely. And what do I mean by nicely? Well, if it could stay up above that pink line, that would be best. Now, the second question comes about if you say, well, actually the price right now is below that pink line. Well, then the following question is, well, where's the price relative to the purple line right there, which is the 50 period? And assuming you care about the grand scheme of it all, yes, it would be absolutely fantastic if the price can manage to stay up above the 200 period. But if the price does drop below the 200 period, then as long as the price is above that purple line, the 50 period, then the overall trend, the overall chart is still perfectly in the bull's favor. So keep an eye on those two levels, and that'll keep the chart as relevant as possible. Now, if you're asking those questions, you're thinking, well, actually, Clay, the price is really high up above the pink line. It's actually at 7,300 right now. Well, at that point, that just tells you that the overall trend continues in the upwards direction, and that's pretty self-explanatory at that point. So keep an eye on those levels and then ask yourself the questions, and like I said, that'll keep the video relevant for as long as possible. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.